Escape. Okay. Is anybody with me? Y'all, my computer totally died. I hope that y'all can see me and hear me. My computer decided to just freeze up after I had already hit the laugh button. All right, hang on. I had everything set up for y'all. I'm gonna turn this computer around. Gracious. All right. Let me know if anybody is here. And I'm gonna get the overhead camera back on, which is not really the overhead camera. It's like the side angle camera. So hang on one sec. I am so sorry, y'all. I'm glad that it came back up though. Oh, where is my StreamYard invitation? Here it is. All right, let's see if this comes up. So comment and tell me. It says I'm live. And we're going to add that. All right, hold on here, y'all. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. No, that's upside down. There we go. That's still upside down. That's not how I wanted y'all to see it, I don't think. Or maybe it is. Yeah, I think that's how y'all are going to have to see it. Okay. I am so sorry that my computer is acting up. I think it's good now. So I'm going to hop over here in the Facebook group on my phone, which I set down when I was trying to fix things. Here it is. Just make sure y'all know I am live. So hang on. Okay. All right. So I don't know if anybody is actually on here right now because I'm only in SVG Clubhouse group. So if you hop in and you happen to watch live, please comment and let me know. I know this is a busy time of year and people are doing all their holiday activities, and that is totally fine. So I just wanted to make sure that this is actually recording for you guys. Okay, so we are going to paint the Warm Winter Wishes shelf sitter set. That always is mouthful. So I've got all my pieces cut out here for y'all, and I know this is a little bit different of a camera angle. This is the best I can do while I'm still here in Virginia on vacation. And so I have this little like tablecloth for background, just to not paint directly on my mother-in-law's kitchen table and get paint on it. So we are just working with what we have. And actually, I also don't have an adapter for this front camera to make my picture a little bit brighter and clearer, but it is what it is. So we are working with what we have. So let me do this. One of these is the one where y'all can see. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I can drag them. I haven't done this in a while. Yep. And now you'll be able to see what I'm doing in the big picture. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces here, and we are going to start painting. So basically, I gave y'all your supply list as usual, and the colors that we're going to be using, I think these are the colors on your supply list. This purple might not be the purple. I can't remember. I could pull it up right now, but y'all forgive me. Again, I'm working with the paint and supplies that I have, and I think these are the colors I used. I know I used Sea Breeze because Sea Breeze, y'all know Sea Breeze is my favorite color from Deco Art. And then I'm using Purple Cow, which is a really pretty purple color that has awesome coverage. And then I don't have Pebble. So instead of Pebble by Deco Art, I am using this Folk Art Iced Coffee. And then I've just got some white, and then I've got some, what is this, dark chocolate. So, and those are all Deco Art. Okay, so let's get going on here, and I'll show y'all how I did this sort of like faux wood grain kind of deal. Let's see, let me start off. I'm gonna start off with the stand for the sign in the front. And the way that I do this is, we're going to put the dark coat on first. Let me grab some paper towels here, y'all. So we're doing dark chocolate. And I'm going to put a quick coat of the dark chocolate down on here. Y'all, it's been crazy. I have loved being home with everybody, but those of y'all who don't know my situation right now, we are kind of in a crazy living situation because we sold our home in Virginia back in July, and we were allowed to stay in our house until, what was it, August. I think we sold it in June and we were allowed to stay until August. But anyway, so once we got out, we stayed at my in-laws have a river cottage here in Tappahannock, Virginia, which is on the bay. It's a beautiful river cottage. I'm so thankful that they have let us stay here, and it's just been wonderful and relaxing. But as soon as my kids went off to college, we jumped in the truck and we went on down to Louisiana because we had bought a place a year ago on the water down there, and we had been renting it out, and we were eager to get down there and get that house set up. So we have a second laser down there, and we've been working, getting our workshop set up and working out of there for the past few months. And then we came home for the holidays, and we've been back here at the river, and we are looking for a condo here in Virginia so that we can like kind of have a home base here and have a home base there and go back and forth. Just depending on what we have going on. So right now we don't have a place here and we're staying at the river. But my niece and nephew had asked if they could stay here at the river for the week of Christmas because she had some family coming in town from New York. So we packed up and we went and stayed with my in-laws, which is about 45 minutes away, about an hour away from here. And we just got back here. So it's very confusing. So my stuff, y'all, my stuff is everywhere. It's at our workshop. It's in Louisiana. It's here at the river. It's at my in-laws. My stuff is everywhere. So last night, we got back here a couple days ago, but last night I was trying to figure out where all my stuff was because I had put it away because I wanted to, like, you know, baby proof because they have little kids and I didn't want all my stuff sitting out and somebody possibly, you know, who knows, eating paint, choking on something, a little wood cutout or what have you. So I wanted to get all that, you know, all my stuff put away. So as typical for me and probably for some of y'all, I put my things away and I hid them from myself and I could no longer find them when I got back. So last night I'm looking for my paint, which you would think, you know, it's a bin of paint. I had brushes and sponge sticks and painter's tape and twine and clamps, you know, all my stuff, all my paint stuff. Could not find it anywhere. And I was just pulling my hair out. I was like, what in the world did I do with my with all my paint? And sorry, I'm biting the plastic label off of this paint because it's not open yet. So I couldn't find it. And I thought, okay, I must have accidentally taken it back and put it at the shop. It's got to be at the shop. Well, I was not planning on going back to the shop between last night and today when I went live for y'all. So I was like, oh my God, I need my paint. You know, what am I going to do? I don't want to drive an hour and then an hour back, blah, blah. So my husband and I went out to dinner last night and I said, I think I can do my live if you just run me by Walmart, because there's not many places here to shop here in Tappahannock at all. It's a very small little town. All right, so what I'm doing here, y'all, I'm dipping my chip brush. This is just a little chip brush. I get packs of these on Amazon. I think I put them on your supply list, but if I didn't, I can add them to it. So, but I always use these chip brushes. This is dry, and I have just dipped it in the iced coffee paint, and kind of gotten most of it off on my paper plate. I have a paper plate here with all my colors on it, and I'm just sort of like dabbing it off. And then I'm going to just take my piece that I painted and I'm going to go over it like this. And if I think I want a little bit more, then I'll go back and get a little bit more on it. And like I said, this, normally I use Pebble from Deco Art, but I didn't have that color, and they had this color at Walmart last night, so I grabbed it. So anyway, so we went out, we grabbed dinner. I went by Walmart, and I was grabbing, I said, if I get white, brown, tan, purple, and aqua paint and some paint brushes, then that's all I need. Because I had my glue, I had everything else I needed. That's what I didn't have. And okay, so now I'm going to go in with the white. And again, I'm dabbing most of this off, and I'm going to go over like this. And so this is how I did the one in the example to make it look kind of like a weathered wood, so to speak. Just like that. So it's kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it in the camera, and I'm trying to figure out like the best angle to put it. There we go. So it kind of just looks like an old piece of barnwood. All right, so then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. I'm gonna just dip it in the iced coffee, AKA Pebble paint, and I'm just gonna go over with my dry brush like that. So anyway, I went to Walmart and I grabbed some paintbrushes and I grabbed some paint. And I was like, okay, I'm good. I can go live. I have what I need. I meant to grab some puffy paint because I really wanted to do puffy paint polka dots on some of these pieces, but I forgot to grab that last night from Walmart. So I don't have my puffy paint. Y'all know I'm addicted to puffy paint. So then my husband went fishing today, and I'm unpacking our suitcases and I'm putting all the Christmas things, you know, Christmas presents away, trying to get a little bit organized, folding clothes, dishes, you know, all the things. All the things. And guess what I find? My bin of paint and brushes and sponge sticks and all the things in my room, right where I left it, underneath a bin or underneath a pile of folded clothes. I had taken, because we don't have a lot of storage space. We have our room down here and we have a very tiny, this is an old house, so very tiny closet. And I had just basically put a pile of clean clothes folded over in the corner of the room to make, you know, to try to get my stuff out of the way for people, other people who are staying here. And yeah, my paint bin was sitting there on the floor underneath the pile of clean clothes, everything in it that I needed. And I was like, seriously? So yeah, that is just so typical of what the past few months has been during this crazy time. However, we did find a condo while we've been here that we think is going to work, and we're super excited about it. They're being built, and unfortunately, I don't think the lot that we want is going to be built. Y'all, excuse me while I pull the picture up really quick because I want it to kind of match the picture. So I'm pulling the picture up so I can see what color to paint these letters. Okay, so there's our picture of our shelf sitter. So we're going to do some, let's see, some sea breeze kind of blended into white, kind of blended into purple. Okay, so let me put those in order so I do not forget which order to go in for y'all. There we go. Okay. Let me grab a sponge stick. So we found some condos that are being built, and it's kind of a cool, you know what I should do? I should do the paint thing. I mean, the painter's take thing. That's what I should do for these letters. So it's very pretty. It's a 3-bedroom, and it's not I call it a condo, but it's a townhouse. But the model that we want has a downstairs master. I know they don't call it a master anymore. They call it an owner's suite. But anyway, you know, I'm an 80s girl. I'll probably always call it a master bedroom. It's what I've always called it my whole life. Downstairs owner's suite, and the kitchen is so pretty. And it has a backyard for our dog. That's why I want a townhouse, because we need to have a little bit of, you know, at least a small backyard for our dog, because we have a chocolate lab. All right, so I'm putting some tape down here so I can just stick my letters on. So as soon as this section opens up, they won't let us put a deposit down. They won't let us like reserve the lot yet, which makes me very nervous. I really wish that they would do that. They said that section hasn't opened. We're hoping that it'll be open by spring and be under construction, and we can go ahead and put a deposit down. So life won't be quite so crazy here. So this is the sea breeze color, and I'm just using a sponge stick. And then there is a loft upstairs between the kids' bedrooms. So I feel like that would be like an extra kind of hangout area for them, which is nice. All right, so now I'm going to take my same sponge stick and I'm going to dip it in white. And I'm just going to kind of go from the blue to the white. And I'm blending that W in, kind of the W and the I in. So we just kind of have like an ombre look where it goes from being the aqua color to the white color. And there's a little bit of aqua kind of blended into this white, and that's what I'm going for. I kind of like that effect. All right, so then I'm going to continue that over on to part of that W, and then I'm going to go ahead and white. And then I'm going to go ahead and dip it in my purple cow. And make sure I'm not missing any comments. If y'all are watching me, say hello so I know you're there. Tell me what you're doing. Are you at work and secretly watching this live? I know that's what some people are doing. Some people are still off. Are you watching it in the replay? Well, obviously not right now, you're not, but by the time you watch it, it might be the replay. So I'm going back and getting a little bit of the white, and I'm just kind of bringing that over like so to kind of blend it in a little bit before we get to solid purple. Okay, so that's how I do my ombre letters. And as soon as those are dry, we will stick them on our backer. So I'll set this aside to dry. I'll put this down here. And then our deer is just going to be the brown, like kind of wood grain. So we're going to go back with the dark chocolate. So tell me, what did you do over Christmas? What are you doing over New Year's? What was your favorite Christmas gift that you got? Or tell me what your least favorite Christmas gift was that you got. If you got something unusual and weird, that's always a fun topic of conversation. My husband and I decided we weren't going to exchange gifts this year because life's just too crazy right now and we don't really feel like calling things around. And honestly, you know, we're at the age now where if we really want something bad enough, we just order it on Amazon. You know, it used to be like a big thing where we would buy gifts and we would, you know, anticipate this item that we've been wanting for a while, but it's just kind of gotten to where we're older now and we don't want as much stuff. We're trying to get rid of stuff, not accumulate stuff. So my husband did give me one small thing that I told him a few months ago that I wanted that I had forgotten about. If y'all are on TikTok and have heard of the Mississippi Queen with a K, Queen with a K, I don't know her real name. I should, but I don't. I think I do, and I can't remember it right now because I know she said it. Anyway, if I'm not mistaken, she lives in Mississippi, but it's on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana because I think she cleans some VRBOs maybe in part of Louisiana. I know she's mentioned being in Louisiana before. So anyway, I think she's like on the border. Okay, so now I'm going back to this iced coffee color? Yeah, with my dry brush. And I'm keeping this wood grain like going sideways. I'm not going to go in like different directions. I just want to kind of keep it all going horizontal. And then I'm going to do the white, same thing. So anyway, she does a lot of Southern home style cooking, and I love her videos and her recipes. She's really funny. She has a lot of Pioneer Woman kitchen stuff, which I love. I don't know if y'all know that, but I love the Pioneer Woman's kitchen line of kitchen stuff. I just think it's so pretty. I have a few of her things and some of her plates and stuff and her crock pot and everything. So anyway, she does some Southern cooking and I love her videos and her recipes. So she has come out with 2 cookbooks. Y'all, she was just, you know, cleaning VRBOs and then now she's got a cookbook out. How cool is that? Just because of social media and TikTok and the fact that she put herself out there and she worked hard to create these videos and she built a following. I mean, that just goes to show you that it can happen to anybody. Okay, so that's y'all, I cannot figure out like where to put this that y'all can see it. I'm just at such a weird camera angle. All right, I'm gonna try to turn it around. Where do we go? We go this way. There we go. Okay. I think that doesn't make sense for me for where the phone is, but okay. But I know y'all can see that. Okay, so that's my deer, my reindeer, reindeer, whatever you want to call him, my winter deer. We're gonna put him over here to dry. And I know this is a lot of brown painting, which is kind of boring, but where's my other piece? Oh, here it is, my other piece of my sled. But once we start painting all the colored things, it's gonna be much more fun. But I'm just gonna get this brown painting over with. That's my dryer, y'all. Well, it's my mother-in-law's dryer. It does a lot of beeping. This is a very verbal, very vocal dryer. It beeps at you constantly when you're doing laundry. And I have tried to turn this feature off, but it doesn't care. It's going to beep at you while it's drying your clothes, regardless of what button you push. My husband's like, something is always beeping at you down here. I'm like, I know. The dishwasher likes to beep at me. The dryer likes to beep at me. Something else was beeping at me. I can't think of what it was. Oh, the oven. I had the oven timer on. I had everything beeping the other night. I guess I don't have a lot of beeping appliances at my house. And I usually use Alexa for my timer. But I didn't bring my Alexa here. So this shelf sitter goes with the rattan shelf that I have in my shop. Or you can just use any shelf that you like. Now, if you want to have some props and some easels, I still have the free file that you guys can access. Look under the featured tab in the Facebook group, and I have a link to where you can grab my file that has all the easels and little prop things. And you can use those with your shelf sitters and your tiered trays. There's a bunch of different sizes in there, and that is free to y'all as members. I didn't know if y'all knew that or not. Some of y'all who joined later on may not be aware that that file is there. So yeah, look under the featured tab, scroll down. I have a few featured posts under there, but you will see a post that talks about that and gives you the link. We have got our new files coming out on the 1st. So what is that, Sunday? Yeah. So Sunday, you'll get your email that has your new files for January. We are doing some Valentine files because I know everybody's wanting new Valentine files. Everybody's working on their Valentine projects. So that's what we normally do in January. Everybody's done with winter. So yeah, so we're doing Valentine's. And I'm going to also be introducing some new files to my shop as well. Those of you who are new and are not aware of this perk, this member perk, every month here in the group, you can go back and purchase the same month from last year for half price. So if you were not a member, because it's still December right now, if you were not a member last December and you want the December files from last year for half off, which would mean they're $10, you can go into the membership portal and go to the December 2021 files and get them for half off. And there's a coupon code that you have to use. It won't let me set it up without a code. So that is also under the featured tab here in the Facebook group. So go under the featured tab and you will see my post that gives you the code. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but that's only, you can only get the December ones through the end of December. So that is, tomorrow is the last day. And then on Sunday, we'll be opening it up so that you can get the January files from 2022 for half off. So that's how we do that every year. Or every month, I mean. Okay, so here's our sled. These are all the little pieces to our sled, and we're going to put him together here in just a few minutes. So let me set all those pieces over here, and then I'll show you how to assemble it. It's very easy. Okay, and then these are the snowflakes. Let me pull this up again so I can see my picture. Okay, white and aqua ombre. Whoops. There we go. Okay. And then also, because our membership portal can only hold so many months before it fills up, we are pulling the 2021 files out of the membership portal in January. I said January 1st, but not all of them are going to come out right on January 1st. It's going to be a gradual process. But if you were a member in 2021, please, please, please go in and get your files off of the membership portal that were there for 2021. Now, if you need them, and I've pulled them off of there because they're going to be in my Etsy shop for sale. Okay, but if you were a member back then you don't have to pay for them. They are your files, but you need to either have already downloaded them, or if you saved your monthly emails, you can still get them that way, because those links that I give you in your emails every month for your files, those do not go to the membership portal. Those go to the Google Drive. Okay, and some of y'all may not know what the Google Drive is. Basically, it's just, Google just has this place that you can store files. Okay, and it's the Google Drive, and that is where I put the files every month, in addition to putting them in the membership portal. So the links in your email go to the Google Drive, and those links will always be good, unless Google has some, like, unless Google goes away, which, can you even imagine that would ever happen? It's never a bad idea to download your files so you just have them, but those Google links will always be good as long as Google exists in the world. Let's just say that. So if you saved your emails, you can get them that way. So I'm just sort of gradually kind of blending my white into my aqua here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'll hold it up so y'all can see. Just to kind of give it that ombre effect that I love. All right. But if all else fails, you can always email me and I will be happy to send you your files. I can look up if you were a member and I will be happy to send you your files. So please do not worry that all of a sudden your files are going to disappear and you won't have them. I will figure that out for you and I will send them to you. Okay, so more brown. Let's do this frame in brown and get that done. The snow globe frame. All right, let me know if you have any other questions about your files or about how, how this whole thing works. It can be confusing. It's not confusing for me because I know how it's all organized. I try to make it as simple for y'all as possible, but I realize that you have lives and you have things that go on, and you're not sitting here putting all your focus into the SVG Clubhouse membership. And so when you do decide, hey, I'm going to hop in here and I'm going to go check out what files I have, it may seem very confusing to you. And I totally understand that. It would be confusing to me. So if you are confused, please email me or ask in the group. And I'll be happy to explain or give you a link or whatever you need, because yes, it can be a little confusing. I try to make it simple, but technology can throw us all for a loop. Y'all, it is beautiful here today. I am excited. When I get off here, I'm going to go walking and I'm going to take my dog, and oops, I need to put some white on here. He's been out a bunch of times already. He's really good down here. He does not run off, even though the yard's not fenced. He never runs off. He's so good. But I want to take him walking here when I get off. He is itching to go back out already, and I don't want him out there while I'm on a video, just in case. I don't want him to wander a little bit if that happens. Okay, so then we're going to do our little hot cocoa cup here. And just painting our snowflake white. Oh, I just realized, I think my snowflake, yep, my snowflake is missing a piece. It must have broken when I took it out of the frame and I didn't even notice it. Well, yep, I think that piece must not have cut very well. It must have been a glue spot in that piece of wood. It might still be stuck in there and I can glue it. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. This piece just needs to pop off of here. That's what it is. I was like, that doesn't look right. All right, there we go. It was an extra piece, not a piece missing. That's good. These are our marshmallows. I should put them on a piece of tape, but there's only a few of them, so I'm just gonna paint them like this. I just got my nails done the other day and I'm getting paint all over them. The little girl that did my nails was so cute. She was my kid's age, which, you know, my kids aren't kids. They're almost 19 and 21. And she was 20. And she was so sweet. She was very worried that she was not doing a good job. And she was doing an amazing job. She hadn't been doing nails for very long. And she just kept asking me if they looked good. And I was like, they look amazing. She just did such a good job to be so young. But she was in college for dental hygiene, which is what my daughter is currently majoring in, although I think she may be switching to something else. I'm not sure. She's not sure yet. But she was just so cute. I honestly don't know how they breathe in all that stuff all day long. I would not want to breathe all that junk in. They wear a mask, but I still would not want to be breathing all that stuff in all day long. It's got to be hard. So y'all tell me what other files y'all would like to see in January. Would you like to see more Valentine files? Do you want Mardi Gras? Do you want me to give you some just like non-holiday themed files? Not for, since we've already, you know, I've already made the files for January for the membership, but for my Etsy shop. What would y'all like to see? And make sure, if you are new in the group, y'all look at the coverage of this paint. This Purple Cow paint, I think it's my favorite deco art color for the coverage that it does. It is one coat. It's awesome. I love it. So if you are new, fairly new to the group, to the club, make sure that when you get your January email on Sunday that you check for your new coupon code, because there's a new coupon code every month for your 50% off discount. All right, now in the picture, I had polka dots on here. What I used was the puffy paint. So it's the fabric little, you know, little puffy paints that I was using all during Christmas to put all my little holly berries on stuff. I was using that, and there's the perfect color that matches this sea breeze in that puffy paint set. but I don't have that today. I don't have my puffy paint with me. Okay, where can we put that? Let's put that over there. And let's paint our snow globe. Yeah, I have shorts on right now, actually, just because I'm bumming around the house. And I could not believe when I opened the door to let my dog in how warm it was outside. Like I just about think I could probably go out in these shorts. Like that's how warm it is today out there. It's amazing. So I'm sorry, those of y'all who live where it is freezing cold and you're buried in snow. Except if you like snow, maybe you like snow. I like snow one time, maybe twice in the winter, and then it can go away. And I do not want feet of snow. Inches are fine. We were always happy with, 3, 4 inches. That got us out of school. Well, honestly, a couple inches would get us out of school here, but definitely if we got like 3 or 4 inches, we'd be out of school for a couple days usually here in Virginia. And I know that is not the case elsewhere. Okay, and then this, I would like to do some white polka dots. I might use the end of a paintbrush actually. Let me see if that would work for snow in here. Oh yeah. And I like how it's given me like different sizes depending on how much paint I have on there. That's kind of cool. Okay, I think that is probably good. Let that dry. And I'm going to get some more tape out to do these letters. All right, so I want my letters to be purple. This might be different from the picture, but I'm going to do my letters in purple, purple cow. And I know some of y'all do makeup brushes, and that works too. And then my snowflakes in white. Okay. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and do some blue polka dots now that I know the back of that paintbrush will work. Let's do the same trick. Just like that on our cup. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and glue my pieces on here. My little marshmallows. And because the sides of these are just unfinished, you know, the burn color of the laser, it makes the marshmallows stand out with the white on white. Because I was worried about that. You could put a little bit of like gray or iced coffee or pebble or whatever on there, but they stand out pretty well without it. And you can see all your lines are scored on there. So here's our coffee cup. All right, where do we go? Where do we go? Y'all, it's crazy, seriously, this camera. It's the opposite of what I'm doing. That's why it's acting wonky like this. Isn't that cute? I thought that was so cute with the polka dots. Let's see. Okay, let's put together our little stand here. And what I've started doing is putting the glue, as long as it's coming out slow enough, which this is, even though this is a big bottle of glue, it's coming out in little dots. And I'm going to put it straight onto the backer. Okay, so here is our warm winter welcome. Like that. And then that fits down into our little, I'm not going to put it up yet and put it on there because I'm afraid they're going to slide off. They need to dry, but that fits into our little stand. And we're going to do our sled. Okay, so let's get our sled ready. So I'm just going to put 2 lines of glue along the back. And then just sort of like slightly inside the edge, line these up. And I'm putting the big piece kind of closer to the bottom a little bit because I want room for these 2 pieces to go up here. I'll show you. I know it's hard to see against that background, but I'll hold it up here in just a minute. I didn't need glue all along that. I always do that. That is okay. Okay. So he needs to dry, but that's our little, dries pretty quick. This stick fast dries pretty quick. That's our little sled. But we got to put our snowflakes on there. So our snowflakes go on here, and you can see the outline that it's scored on there for y'all to make it easy to put it on. Just like that. So that's our little sled with our snowflakes. Cute. All right, I'll let that dry. Our deer doesn't need anything, but he would be super cute if you put a little bow on him. I don't have my ribbon with me right now, but if you put a little bow on your deer's neck, maybe like in the color, one of the colors that matches the colors you use in your set, like purple, white polka dots, something like that, that would be really cute on him. I'm trying. Excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze, y'all. Goodness. All right, and then our snow globe. Trying not to get glue strings. Let it snow. Okay, there is our snow globe. Cute. How cute is that, y'all? I love it. All right, so we've got all our pieces done. Oops, I'm dropping stuff. I'll put these all out where y'all can see them. And our coffee cup right here. Kind of hard to squeeze everything in where y'all can see them all at once, especially on this background. So we've got everything painted. I think my favorite is the snow globe. Oh, I love it. I just love these colors together. The purple and blue, I think it's so pretty. All right, well, that's it, guys. That's it for our warm winter wishes set, all painted. That did not take long at all, right? Okay, so check your email on Sunday for your January files. I cannot wait for you to see them. They are super, super cute. And we've got a lot more fun stuff in store for you for the new year. So have a happy, safe, wonderful, blessed new year. And I hope that everyone stays safe this weekend and stays warm this weekend. And just know that I'm thinking of y'all, and I'm super thankful for all of you. And I can't wait to share all the new fun things for 2023. All right, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.